Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing another episode of unit reviews. This is a series where I take your units, put them into my game, and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 to determine how good your Genshin Impact unit is. Let's get right into the video. If you're interested in getting your own account review, you can go and check out my Discord. The link will be in the description below. All you have to do is join the Discord, go to the unit review channel in the Genshin Talk category. If you check the pinned messages, there will be an outline where you can find a way to submit your own unit for review. Anyways, guys, let's get into the video. Alright, first up is Batu, and they want me to review their Thoma. Let's see here. You don't see many Thomas get to level 90 out of 90. The only real advantage to this is a little bit more flat HP on him to further increase his shield. So it is going to be an interesting Thoma. I wonder if we're going to see a Thoma main here. Physical DPS Thoma, maybe? Black Tassel, perfectly fine. That's, I believe, Thoma's best in slot weapon and the one that's going to help him the most. So for Tenacity, good choice. That is a really good option for Thoma. C6, okay, you got a C6 Thoma, damn. Let's see here, talents, 8, 11, 9. So not triple crown, or not crowns put into anything just yet. We may see it in the future, though. I would like to point out that you have 8 on your normal attack with Thoma, which is interesting to say the least. I mean, you really didn't need to do this unless you plan to use, you know, a physical DPS Thoma, which I don't imagine, you know, anybody would need to do that. Yeah, so this is probably a little bit of a waste of mats, but if you really enjoy playing Thoma, I can't knock you too hard. Except the fact that you only took his burst to level 6, and you took his normal attack to level 8, and his E to level 7. Priorities are a little skewed here. I think Thoma prioritizes his burst first, skill second, normal attack is optional, unless you're like a Thoma main and you desperately want to use Thoma, which, you know, maybe you do. But I respect the Constellation Sick. Let's look at some of the pieces here. So generally, Thoma wants HP percent, energy recharge. That's really about all he needs. Just straight HP percent, and you're set. Some crit rate, some crit damage, but a lot of HP percent, which is what we want to see here. That's 2 HP percent rolls, good stuff. Energy recharge, crit rate, crit damage. Okay, so you're trying to balance the crit ratios, which again is not necessary if you're running like a support Thoma, because you're running him with Black Tassel, right? So this build kind of contradicts itself in the fact that, you know, you're running all these good pieces with high crit ratios, but you're running him on a support set using his Black Tassel. HP percent, correct? This piece is, oh man, this is a piece to say the least. That's 76 flat defense, 37 flat attack, 239 flat HP. Whew, that's, I recommend farming for a new piece. This is definitely not the best piece I've ever seen. Then again, it's Thoma. I mean, what else could you possibly get for substats other than flat HP and energy recharge? This piece, it's fine. It has some elemental mastery, some flat HP, some crit damage. Not a terrible piece for Thoma. Again, it probably could be improved if you got some energy recharge on there, because you do need just a tiny bit of energy recharge on Thoma. A crit rate hat. Interesting. Do you have Favonius? No. You're using Black Tassel, so you want to go HP percent here, right? Because you're not trying to prioritize crit ratios with Thoma. Yes, it's nice to have a nice crit ratio, but it's not necessary. Like, see, you're only running 56, 95, and you lose so much energy recharge from this, and you could probably get him to up to like 40,000 HP and increase his shield even more if you're running support Thoma. So I'd recommend going HP percent here. If you need energy recharge, you can go it here, but I don't think Thoma needs all that much. Then again, I don't play Thoma, so I don't know. But maybe prioritizing energy recharge on some of the subsets on these pieces instead of crit ratios. I don't think crit is really that important on Thoma when you're just running him as a shielder. If you are running physical DPS Thoma, you can switch out some of these pieces, and you probably switch out this weapon too. But for generally just for shield Thoma, I'm gonna have to give you a 6 out of 10, as some of these artifacts can still be improved. Black Tassel isn't level 90, which isn't the most necessary thing ever. C6 is very nice in his little touch, but we don't really take this into a factor when doing our scores. And then talents are a little bit on the weird side, prioritizing his normal attack over the other two. I think you're just a little confused, and I hope that you get on the right track with your Thoma build. Next up, we have Rick. They said they were free to play, and they wanted me to review their Hu Tao. Let's see here. Hu Tao, level 90 out of 90. 2400 HP. Dragon's Bane, not too bad. For free-to-plays, that is a good option. Black Cliff is another good option, but you do have to save up Star Glitter, and I'd recommend just using it for wishes, as it's going to be more effective for the future. So yes, I think Dragon's Bane is probably the best in slot option for Hu Tao, so that is a good choice. Artifacts, 4 Crimson Witch, awesome. Constellation 0, that makes sense. 9, 10, 9, that is perfectly fine. Almost 10, 10, 10 are going to lose just like maybe 0.01 of a percentage for not having, you know, the 10, 10, 10. It's a little unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Let's see your split here. 55, 166, not the best I've seen for Hu Tao, but you have to keep in mind that he doesn't have a crit rate or damage weapon, so that is gonna, you know, deduct from that ratio just a little bit. Your EM, though, is 221, which is a nice little touch for Hu Tao. You have a good amount of HP. Attack is a little bit low, but not bad. Let's see some of these pieces. What pieces are we working with here? This piece is kind of niche, I won't lie. Crit damage here, I mean, the crit value here is only 10%. Really not a piece I would recommend keeping. But, you know, artifacts are obviously artifacts, so what are you going to do? You could always try to go back to the domain, farm some Crimson Witch again, or you can even get some from the new Strong Box, which offers Crimson Witch artifact. This piece is pretty good. I like this piece. HP percent, crit damage, crit rate. No, this is a very solid Hu Tao piece. Very solid. A little low on the crit value, but I think the HP percent makes up for it. This piece is pretty bad. Not to mention, most of the time you want to be running HP percent on Hu Tao. In your case, I probably wouldn't, just because this weapon has a very low base attack. Without an attack percent sans, your attack would probably be only be like 900 or 800. So I actually like an attack percent sans in this case. So I would actually keep an attack percent sans, but I would try to get some better substats on this piece if you can. This piece is nuts. This piece is absolutely insane. That is 28% crit damage, 6% crit rate. That is above 40 crit value. Holy smokes. That is like 42 crit value, I think. Yeah, no, that is a really good piece. Imagine if this one flat HP roll rolled into crit rate or crit damage, that would be a near 50 CV piece. This piece is nuts, and you should keep this on your Hu Tao for a long time to come. And let's see the hat. Oh, this is a nice piece too. I like this piece. 24% crit damage, 11% energy recharge. Very solid piece. Flat HP roll, little unfortunate. What are you gonna do? But all around, not a bad piece. You have like probably 3 keeper pieces, and the feather, the hat, and the goblet, and then 2 pieces I'd probably try to farm for more of, and the flower and the goblet. Overall, your Hu Tao is very solid. You're in a good spot for being a free-to-play player, so I'd say your Hu Tao is at least a 8.5 out of 10. Let's move on to the next build. Next up, we have Silkables, and they want me to review their Arataki Itto. Okay, let's see here. I don't think we reviewed an Itto on this series yet, so I'm interested to see what we have here. So, you're rocking 2500 defense, which is pretty good, with a nice 1400 attack. Not too shabby. Weapon, White Blind, that's good for free-to-plays or low spenders. Not a bad choice at all. Husk of Opulent Dreams 4-piece set, good stuff. Constellation, 1 C1 Itto, okay, I respect it. 888 on the talents, not a 1010 Itto, little unfortunate, but talents do not determine everything. And 888 is just fine for people who are low on resources, perhaps. Where it counts with units in Genshin Impact is going to be their artifacts. So let's check some of these pieces. We'll start with the Feather, 28% crit damage, okay, 3.9% crit rate. Flat HP roll, HP percent roll, not a bad piece, but definitely not the best I've ever seen, but it reaches 30 crit value, so it's good enough. This is a keeper piece for your Itto. Again, actually this piece is really good for Itto. It has defense percent, crit rate, crit damage. This is a solid Itto piece. This piece does have a little lower crit value than the last one did, but it honestly, I'd say it's better just because it has the defense percent. So this piece is definitely very good for your Itto as well. Let's check the hat. Defense percent hat. I don't think that's, I mean, so you're running attack percent sans, defense percent hat, and a geo damage goblet, but you're running White Blind, which has no crit stat at all. So your ratio must be abysmal then, right? It's okay. It's not the best I've seen. This isn't a bad piece. I'm gonna be honest. This is a really nice piece, and you could probably use this on another unit. This is a 100% like a keeper piece. But for Itto, you want defense percent on the sands
and then crit rate or crit damage on the helmet. This will provide way more for him than defense percent and attack percent. Yeah, just try to get any defense percent piece with just even one crit stat, and it'll probably be an improvement. Because keep in mind, you're getting like 60 crit damage or 31 crit rate from a hat, which is 60 crit value. You get 60 crit value just from one piece. So that outstacks whatever this piece's substats is going to give you anyways. So getting a crit rate or damage hat is going to improve your Itto by such a substantial amount. I'd recommend crit rate in your case because you only have 58, and with the removal of this piece and getting a crit rate hat, it would probably bring you up to like 80-70%. And you have crit damage as a subset that could get you up to like 70-140. So I think you're just a little off in the wrong direction here. I can see why you've done what you did, because this piece is absolutely insane. I assume you probably just want to use it, which I don't blame you. I'd want to use this piece too. This goblet isn't bad at all either. The rolls were a little unfortunate, a couple low rolls, but it's not bad overall. Your Itto split, again, not the greatest thing. I've seen 58, 126 on an Itto. Man, I've seen Ittos with, 70, 240, for example, with Redhorn Stone Thresher, but that's a little bit of a different scenario. But if you just swap around some of your artifacts, I'm sure your Itto could be absolutely cracked out of his mind. So overall, I'm going to say your Itto is a solid 7 out of 10. But that can definitely be improved, and I see a lot of potential for your Itto in the future. On to the next unit. Next up, we have Riley, and they want me to review their Kazuha. They have specified that they are a free-to-play player, and level 70 means you're pretty early game. What's your AR level? 55. Really? You only have level 70s at AR 55? Ooh, that's not great, I'm gonna be honest. You should be at least capping level 80s at AR 55. That's pretty late game. Wait, what? Is he at least, he's not even ascended. Okay. Your first goal should be ascending your Kazuha. Ascending your Kazuha is gonna be a very crucial step to improving him. Black Sword, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad weapon for him, but I'd recommend going Iron Sting. It's a free weapon that anybody can craft. It gives you a nice EM passive. If not that, you can go Sacrificial Sword for ER, or you can even go Favonius Sword, again, with skills with... Every time you get a crit hit, you get more energy back, and that's going to be better to get some good burst uptime. I can't really imagine you're using main DPS Kazuha, unless you have C6, but you're free to play, so there's no shot. Yes, no shot on the C6. What's your talents? 466. I mean, you can't get these past level 6 at level 70, so can't get too hardly. You are running 4 pieces for Descent. All are level 20. Good. Okay, let's see what piece we're working with here. I want to see all EM here. All EM is the best optimal Kazuha build. You really can't use him on crit rate, crit damage when you don't have him C6. Okay, so this is your off piece, and it has 21% HP and 5% defense. I mean, oh boy. Bro, it's your off piece. At least use EM on the off piece. What about the other two? HP percent? Oh no, bro. Oh no. What about this piece? Oh boy. At least you got the Viridescent set. That's something. That's got to count for something. What's your split? 59, 134. Okay, so I know everything and everyone is going to tell you that crit rate, crit damage ratios matter. And they do. And they do for most units. Kazuha in particular, crit rate, crit damage ratio does not matter remotely. You don't even worry about this stat. Unless you have C6 Kazuha and you're an Omega Whale, these do not matter. Just pretend these aren't even there. The only thing that matters is energy recharge and elemental mastery. You want to just pump this elemental mastery stat as high as humanly possible while still retaining a 4-piece Viridescent set. You want elemental mastery on the sands, you want elemental mastery on the goblet, and you want elemental mastery on the hat. That's all you care about. Same thing with this piece. This is a really nice piece other than the fact that it has 20% defense percent. And again, this is another good piece, but just not for Kazuha, right? You could use this on Jean, Heizo, Zhao, a lot of other animo units could benefit from this piece, just not Kazuha. You want to prioritize EM when you're building your Kazuha and ER. Even this piece, honestly, this piece could work for Kazuha too. It has 12% energy recharge, which isn't terrible. So just trying to get, obviously you still have a lot of work to do. You're very early game, well, not even, man. I mean, you're AR 55, so I'm kind of shocked here. I'm not gonna lie. If you're AR 55, you should have units past level 80 at this point, right? So keeping that in mind, and you must have done at least a little bit of artifact farming because all these are level 20. So this might be a little brutal, but I'm gonna give your Kazuha a 4 out of 10. And I'm sorry, my friend, but it's just not where I'd want to see a Kazuha at. But I think if you just get a couple EM pieces on here, and you're set. You can use a one-off piece. You don't even actually have to farm the Viridescent domain anymore. You can just get artifacts from other domains and farm for other units like Zhongli, Bennett, whoever else you have. And then you can just put those artifacts into the artifact strong box, and you get a guaranteed Viridescent piece. And then you don't have to worry about the whole, oh, do I get maidens or do I get Viridescent? And you could just get those pieces for free on, like, you can get them as much as you want, which is really, really good. So I see a lot of potential for your Kazuha. It's just getting those right pieces and getting your Kazuha on the right track. Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing or leaving a like down below. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.